Hey everyone, welcome to week 3. Really great box this week. Sorry, my voice is like in and out today. Not too many announcements to get started. Fruit share has officially started. This is week A for those of you that have like bi-weekly shares. So this is the first start. This is the first week that we're getting fruit. It is week A, and then it will continue on through 16 weeks, basically like the duration of the CSA season. So something fun to look forward to. It's cheese week for those of you that get cheese. And then we've got lots of great veggies to talk about this week. Lots of great things for stir fry, some things that could go in the freezer if you wanted to start freezing some stuff, and definitely some things to like level up some ramen for the week. So I've seen several people post in the group with ramen, how they've added scallions, extra veggies. So this is a great week to take advantage of that too. All right, so just to kind of get started, we do have some lettuces or greens this week. We've got some beautiful romaine lettuce, and then we've also got some Asian greens that have a little bit more of a kick. If you're not a person that really likes some super flavorful or kick to their greens, I would just add some of this mix to the romaine lettuce or to a more standard salad if you wanted to. So with all the greens, as usual, we are going to store them just dry and dirty in a green bag. That's going to buy us the most time. We're going to store them the longest that way. If you wanted to prep them, if you knew that you were going to enjoy them tomorrow or maybe even the next day, then you could go ahead and rinse them off in cold water today, put them in the salad spinner, get them as dry as possible, and then put them in a green bag with a paper towel. The paper towel just helps absorb any excess moisture, and that again is going to kind of buy you some more time. So I am going to store this romaine lettuce in a large green bag. It is just a tad damp, so I'm going to throw a paper towel in there. And that's going in my fridge. And then same thing with these Asian greens. I am going to go ahead and like transfer them into a green bag. When you go to rinse these off in cold water and then spin them dry, you can absolutely eat the entire green. If texture is a thing for you, then you can go ahead and snap off this stem, but the stem's totally edible. So that's your call. But I'm gonna throw this paper towel in here and then just go ahead and transfer them. As I said during week 1, we do tend to get like a lot of lettuces and greens the beginning part of the CSA season, and then as we move more into like week 5, 6, 7, the greens kind of dwindle down a little bit and it changes the veggies we get. So enjoy the salads these first few weeks, but no, it's not always going to be this like lettuce heavy all season long, so that definitely changes. All right, and then other veggies, we've got some summer squash, this like yellow zucchini. I'm sure we're going to get a ton more zucchini, so just kind of be ready for that. In my experience, I feel like the yellow zucchini tends to go bad faster compared to the green zucchini. So I would kind of have this on your to-do list over the next 5, 6, 7 days. I'm definitely just going to store it in a green bag. Zucchini is so versatile, so you could roast it. I think there's a recipe this week in the newsletter for like Parmesan roasted zucchini. It's also delicious grilled. So if you're trying to keep the heat out of your house this week, throw this on the grill with just some olive oil, some salt and pepper, some seasonings if you want to. But this is going to go in a green bag. It's going to be good for at least a week, but kind of have that on your radar. As we start to get all the zucchini, the yellow zucchini probably, or yellow squash needs to be used first. And then we've got some fresh dill. You've got a few options for this as far as storage goes. You can absolutely just throw it in a green bag, which that's what I'm probably going to do. Or if you want, you can store it like a flower, like we stored those green onions or scallions. A little bit of water, jar, bag on top to prevent it from drying out. You can also store dill that way. I'm just going to go ahead and store it in a green bag. I did put a recipe for like compound butter in the newsletter this week, so you can make compound butter with just about anything: garlic, scapes, parsley, dill. You can also dry dill and use it as a dry herb over this winter, and to do that you would just literally hang it dry, crumble this up, and put it in a glass jar and store it for the winter. But for right now, I'm going to put it in a green bag. There's also a dill veggie and dressing dip recipe in the newsletter this week. Delicious. So if you want to make a dip for some of these veggies or dressing for that salad, I would use that dill. And then these scallions, they are purple this week. I did post on Friday, on Freezer Friday, that scallions are a bag and freeze item, which means you can just dice these guys up and throw them in a freezer bag. Throw them in the freezer, no blanching or anything necessary, and then use them this winter in more cooked dishes. But to store these guys for now, because I am not going to freeze them, I am going to cut off these tops, and I'm going to hope that these fit. Now these are my scallions from last week. I have not done a good job of using them because they got pushed to the back of my refrigerator, and I tend to store things like a flour like this is I want them in the front of my, and that way anytime I open up my refrigerator and maybe I'm making a dish where I could have wanted to add some scallions or some green onions, I can just grab one or two and chop them up. So part of having these in your fridge is also having them so you can see them so they don't get hidden in the veggie drawer and then end up going bad on you. So anytime I kind of have like a garnish type thing, like an herb that I can put and have as that visual in my fridge, I think that's so helpful. So I'm storing these like a flower. Gonna move them back to the front of my fridge and then cover them so they don't dry out. All right, the tops are gonna go in my veggie scrap bag, and I posted about veggie broth a couple Fridays ago for Freezer Friday, so go ahead and search that if you want to. We'll talk more about it this season, but this is where we put some of our veggie scraps in a freezer safe bag, and we end up making broth out of it. Ends of carrots can go in that bag, tops of onions, onion peels. There's lots of things that we can use to really just draw out all the extra nutrition from those things that we would normally toss in the garbage. And then we've got kale this week, this dino kale. I would store this just dry and dirty in a green bag. You could go ahead and cut off the ends if it's not going to quite fit. Kale is a little bit hardier. It's going to be good for at least a week. But the longer you store it in your fridge, the more bitter it's going to get. So the kale tastes different from Shared Legacy when you first get it home compared to the kale you buy in the grocery store. It is much sweeter. It is not as bitter. So the sooner you use your kale, the more delicious it's probably going to be, but it's not necessarily going to go bad in your fridge after a week, if that makes sense. I'm going to store it in a green bag. When I go to use it, I'm going to rinse it off in cold water. I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to cut off this stem. The stem is edible, but the texture is not so great, so I would just go ahead and toss it. You could do kale chips. You can saute kale. You can freeze the kale in green cubes that we've talked about before. There are some kale stir-fry recipes in the newsletter this week, but these are going to go in a green bag and in the fridge. And then carrots without tops this week. Green bag, Ziploc bag, throw them in your drawer, whatever you want. Carrots are going to be good for a little while. They're not like a super stressful item. I'm just going to store them tomorrow. They have like this little strainer, so I'll rinse them off and then I'll probably go ahead and pit them. The cherries all have pits, so you can go ahead and like chew it up and spit it out, or if you want to get like one of those cherry pitters, if you don't already have one, to kind of remove that pit. It's super easy. You just take off the stem, click it down. This is a job that my kids love to do, and then you could store them that way too. All right, so good. These need to go in the refrigerator. We've got currants from Shared Legacy and gooseberries from Shared Legacy. Both can be a little tart. Both need to go in the refrigerator when you get them home. and then you're just gonna rinse them off before you go to use them. In the newsletter this week, our farmers mentioned that like the currants, because they're tart, they don't really think of them as like a fruit, but more as like a fruit garnish or like a bakery garnish. So there's some baked goods, there's some recipes in the newsletter this week. You could also rinse them off and throw them in oatmeal or in yogurt. Combine them with other berries for a little bit more of like a flavor combination. Same thing with the gooseberries. I'm just going to store them in the refrigerator, rinse them off when I go to use them. Cheese share is so good this week. This is the bonus cheese, the applewood smoked butter. If you signed up for the cheese share at the beginning of early bird sign up last year, so we got that this week. And then we've got this garlic and dill cheese and a green onion cheese. Both would just be so great with crackers or on a cheese board, maybe with like currants and cherries. But also on like a frittata, so good, or even a grilled cheese, kind of level that stuff up, something we don't normally get. Remember the cheeses can all be frozen. So it's not something that you're gonna enjoy over the summer, maybe you wanna save and enjoy over the winter. All these guys can just be thrown in your freezer and you can grab that out at any time this winter. All right, and that is week 3. Thanks guys, can't wait to see what you do with all this kale. And we're starting to get into some of those more summer vegetables with the zucchini and stuff.